Welcome back to the second part of this free training, how to address a conflict at work with a few simple steps. I don't know if you already went through the first worksheet. It doesn't matter if you just watched the video, the first one, or already dived into the worksheet. We are going now into the second part of the CUPP+S model. We covered so far culture and personality. We will go now into upbringing, present situation, and how soft skills are related to all those things. Also, really, just to remember, this is about applying it to your situation, to a situation you have. If you don't have anything pressing, you can just choose something. Don't stress about it. But the point I try to make is it happens easily to me when I have trainings like this or information like this, that it's just facts in my head and I don't apply it. It's just something that easily happens. So I just want to mention that one more time before we go on with this video. Apply it. Try to apply it to your situation. Then also in the worksheets, you will look for action steps. Let's really use this material for your life, for your situation, okay? So let's go on. We will continue with the next part of the CUPP+S model, that is upbringing, a very interesting point. When we think of someone's upbringing, we automatically think of the social economic circumstances they grew up in. What was their family structure, a traditional family, single parent? What was their financial situation? Did they have to count every penny? What school did they go to? What were their options or their access to good education? Were they involved in sports, music groups, or faith groups? Was their upbringing pretty smooth, or did they have to face a stroke of fate, a loss, a divorce? What ideas of gender roles were they exposed to? We can go on and on here, and when you hit the framework later, it's really worth it to take time here and put yourself in someone's shoes. It can be an eye-opener for why they do what they do or why they think the way they think. There is one aspect of our upbringing that we might not think of right away, but it is actually an area that is increasingly getting attention in literature and coaching. And that is something much less obvious and much harder to grasp. It's the beliefs we formed at a very early age. They are like assumptions that we live by, consciously or not. They are like guideposts for our decisions and actions. They help us or they hinder us. A belief could be something like, I'm only worth being loved if I make no mistakes. Or, a woman cannot take care of herself in this world successfully. Or, you are just not tough enough for a guy. We formed these beliefs based on words and actions of our parents or of people close to us. I do have a training module about this, and there are an increasing number of resources out there where you can tap into your beliefs and redefine the negative ones so they don't sabotage your life anymore. And as for your current situation, your beliefs or your upbringing can strongly influence how you perceive and evaluate a situation at work. The fourth factor of this model, your present situation. Another one that sounds so simple and easy and yet can be the reason for so much trouble. And to repeat it, any of these factors can appear in combination with other factors, which makes it harder to detect. Okay, our present situation we are in. We are no robots. We live a real life in a real world, and it can influence the way we look at the issue at work or how well we are able and willing to deal with it. Let's think. What's your current job situation? Are you satisfied with your job? Do you have to worry about getting laid off? Do you like the kind of work you do? What's the overall climate at work? What's your personal situation? Are things running smoothly at home, or are there tensions? Is your relationship at a rough point? Do you have a difficult teenager? Is there a newborn or a toddler that keeps you up at night? Kids leaving the house? Are there health issues with you or anyone in the family? Something serious or chronic? Addictions? Are you in a transition? Did you just move or have to? Are you under financial pressure that affects you mentally or even physically? Or do you have financial liberties that give you the freedom to keep a healthy work-life balance, go on vacation, have a relaxed home? What is your social life like? Do you have a set of friends or a family network? People you can go to when things get rough or just share the joys of life with you? What is the political climate in the society you live in? All these can be a huge influence when it comes to an issue at work. These things may cause you to be extra tired, mentally distracted, worried, read situations differently. This also applies to the person you have an issue with. They might just be in a rough place in their present situation, and the way they approach you has nothing to do with you or your work, but with the fact that they are compromised. Okay, so we have covered the 4 aspects: culture, personality, upbringing, and present situation. We will look at one more aspect, that is the soft skills. It permeates all of these areas. You might ask, what do soft skills have to do with my conflict at work exactly? Now, the better we are equipped with soft skills, the better we are able to handle a situation, maybe see the roots of it, detect things. So that's why we are including it here in the model. So let's name a few just to get a picture of it. Being able to listen and have good communication skills, being able to think critically or to work successfully in a team with others, to have a positive attitude, patience, endurance, flexibility, and so on. You have heard of emotional intelligence. That's a soft skill, or better, a whole set of it. Equally, social intelligence. Then there is something called cultural intelligence. It's basically emotional and social intelligence, but taken beyond the barriers of a culture. Equipped with emotional intelligence, social intelligence, and cultural intelligence, you will be so much more successful in tackling any of your issues or address the 4 aspects we just talked about. Okay, it's time to take it to the next level. Let's pull out those worksheets, and you've watched the videos, and let's apply this to your personal situation, to your conflict you have at work, big or small, whatever it is. Now, one thing before I let you go, it is very easy when you have a problem that involves other people to see the fault in somebody else first, to see the splinter in somebody else's eyes. But the problem is we cannot change other people, or we can't do it so easily at least. But what we can do, and that's what we will do in the worksheet, focus on yourself first. See what you can do to change the situation. And when we take time and look at it, usually there's something we can find, something to make it easier. Then, yeah, if you don't have time right now, I would say just make sure maybe you schedule something for later. It's very easy too that life goes on, we're busy, that we forget about it. So if you don't have time to go into the worksheets right now, set a time aside where you have your quiet and take time to go through the worksheets. Then just thank you. Thank you for listening to this, sticking to the end, and I really hope you got something out of this. Again, if you feel like, man, after working through the worksheets, this is just something that is too big for you, where you feel, man, that's I need some help from outside, feel free to approach me for a one-on-one training. Go on my website, azurate.com, check it out, see my prices, what I offer. I have training modules for different topics. You can either choose something like that, or you can approach me for a one-on-one. You can book it right there. It just simply look for help, or look for help from somewhere else. just take a next step forward. So let's navigate out of the stuck situation so you can thrive. Let's dare, let's azurate.